Welcome back, everybody. It's a cold day here in Kentucky. We got to pull the transmission back out of the car, and we'll talk about why here in just a little bit. So let's get this started. So guys, we're actually on a ice advisory, weather advisory here in Kentucky. It's raining, the temperature's dropping, there's ice starting to form everywhere. So actually I have nothing to really do. Got sent home from work because of it, because they're worried about it, and it is getting bad. So I figured, well, we finally got the car back. We have some stuff to do, so it means it's time to film. Some stuff I haven't filmed, some stuff I've hidden from you guys, so we'll talk about it. There's some major upgrades that you all haven't really seen. If you're on my Instagram, Facebook, or any of those, get on there now, subscribe, follow me. If you can, follow or like, subscribe, and comment on these videos, and hit that notification bell for you can see more videos and when they actually appear. I'm gonna make a separate video of this right here, which you can't really see, but it's the new intercooler that Steve did, and some other upgrades. But that's not what we're here today for. That'll be a separate video in the next couple days. Today we're pulling the 4L80. While we were doing some testing at Steve's, while it was 60 degrees a couple days ago, and now it's down in the 30s. After a couple pulls on the trans brake, testing the CO2, we noticed the trans is starting to, I don't know really the best way to put it, but it's kind of creeping while it's on the trans brake. So it's kind of pushing forward just a hair while we're on the trans brake when it was warm. It didn't seem to do it when it was cold, so the best thing we could think of is to pull the trans, let's go through it, make sure there's no debris in it. After talking to Rossler, they kind of couldn't help me too much. My trans pressures were good. Everything looks good in the bottom end. If you're on my Instagram, you see the picture of the trans pan when we pulled it. It was perfectly clean. The only thing they can come up with was the fluid I'm using, which I very disagree with, because they said the fluid's too thick, but that wouldn't make sense on why it does it when it's warm and not when it's cold, because technically the fluid is thinner when it's warmer, so it actually should help more, so it really didn't make sense. But anyway, we also I bought a book just for it. You'll notice I buy a lot of books for things that we're doing just to help. Even if it's just to verify what we already think, it is a big help. I haven't even looked through the book today, it just came in. But that'll help just to make sure we don't mess anything up. I've also got the LS one, the 400 turbo, the Power Glide one. I've got a lot of books like this, the small block Chevy one, made by this same, or done by the same company. It's pretty helpful. It gives you all your specs, and it gives you literally pictures, step by step. And most of these books also tell you how to modify and what they recommend, so it helps. But we're gonna get the trans out, get it back on the roll cart. I've got some new toys in the garage we'll talk about too that I bought, one for the track and one just for the garage. That was a Harbor Freight thing, and I upgraded the belt on it. It's just, I don't know, it helps out a lot, guys, and maybe you guys will like it. But let's get started pulling the trans. I've already started some, but we still got some stuff to do, so let's get it out of there.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want. The gas in the middle of the set, never knew she's so bad. By thirst, I'm inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired, you first. I'll write a second, third verse about the lies you go disperse. You never did shit, I know it hurts. Something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't, that's what God.
Transmission's out, didn't take long because I've already done this enough times. You kind of know what you're doing. If you look over here, I got the same cart I had last time. My buddy gave me this. No, it's not stolen from Home Depot. He has a deal with them where he gets these after so long, I don't know. But we got some tubs this time too to help. I got a tub underneath to kind of help the fluid, try to catch it. Trying to use it as a trans table. I know it's probably a little loud in here. I got a furnace going. I got my little torpedo going, trying to keep the garage warm. But now I just gotta wait for somebody to come here and help me pick that transmission up. It's too heavy for me to pick up off the trans jack, so we'll wait and then we'll get it on the table and start taking it apart. So welcome back, everybody. Some of the film got messed up, so I'm having to redo some of it real quick. But we did get the trans apart, and I think we figured out what's wrong with it. You know, it comes back to one of those things. This is the first one we had ever done, so we made a mistake. It happens. And actually, I want to talk about something real quick. I got to ask why I didn't pay somebody to build my transmission. And it comes back to, if you don't make mistakes, you never learn, guys. Yeah, I never built one, and yeah, we're having to pull it back apart, but I will take the $100 it's going to cost me to repair it, put new fluid in it and everything, versus paying somebody else, and then if it breaks while we're on drag week, not having any idea what's going on. So as of right now, we know how to pull the transmission apart, roughly what to look for. I mean, we're not perfect, but we're learning. With the book we got, should help. But let me show you real quick kind of what happened. So under this is your reverse servo, I guess, and it has a pin in there that pushes on the band for to lock it in reverse. So your band actually gets pushed by the pin, and that's what lets it go in reverse. So when you're on the trans brake, technically on a trans brake, you're in first and reverse. So we measured the pin and realized the pin was way too short. So it was pushing on the band, but it wasn't actually engaging the band all the way, which was helping it, letting it slip just a little bit. So after doing some measuring, after us home making a tool, because we watched a couple of videos on how to do it, old cover, you know, very simple. We remeasured it. We got it within spec now, what they recommend. The transmission should be good. You're also going to notice, though, I still have some more of it apart that we didn't really need to take apart. The reason for that, and it's all sitting over here, is we have a hardened input shaft coming finally, which is something I should have done a long time ago when we built this trans, but the funds weren't there. The funds kind of still ain't there, but I needed it, so I went ahead and did it. But that's really it. Sorry I lost some of the film, guys. But let's talk about something else real quick. Guys, if you would, please support some of the smaller YouTube channels like me and some of the other guys. It really helps us out. I know everybody wants to support the bigger ones, but the bigger ones, I mean, that's not the guys not the guys like you all. Most of the people we deal with are people just like us on a budget, trying to build things, and that's just not what a lot of those big channels are. And the more you help us, the more content we can make, the more we want to make for you, the more we want to help you guys. And you know, I try to do everything I can to help people, and just with knowledge and stuff like that, the little bit of knowledge I have. And I hope it does help you guys. There's a couple small channels that I try to support, and they really, one of them really supports me, and that's Tunes on 24s. Look him up. He's a super nice guy. He's across the country, and me and him have gotten to be talking all the time. He probably sees most of my stuff before anybody else, and super nice guy, but he supports me stronger than anybody on this channel besides my friends that helped me do this. I also got my buddy H22 Prelude dude, who has the 1200 and something horsepower Prelude. He's a guy I work with. I've known him forever. Super nice guy too, and we kind of push each other to try to be better. But thank you for everybody that does support us, and please keep it up, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for us. But besides all that, the transmission we think's repaired. We gotta get a new gasket for the valve body, new gasket for the pump. And I also have to seal these bottom 2 bolts up because apparently they will leak even with these little O-rings on them. After watching a couple videos, they say to put silicone on them. But let's get over here to my table, some of the new fancy toys I bought. So I bought this specifically for drag week. Bought a cheap hose from Harbor Freight just to take with us to air up the tires on the trailer or anything like that. Also bought an even cheaper spare one just to keep literally in this just in case we need it. As y'all know, I like my Milwaukee tools, so this will be a real big help around the garage. And when I go to scrap cars, a lot of scrap cars have flat tires. This little thing airs up super fast and will be super handy when we go pick up some scrap cars. But if you look over here, we got this $89 belt sander from Harbor Freight. Now, is it the best? Absolutely not. But for the price that this thing is, it does really well. I put these Diablo belts on it, and we've actually been using it quite a bit already, doing different things. We actually, back here, the pin that we had that was too short, we actually tigged and migged to make that pin longer to get it to the size we need it. Took it to the belt sander, smoothed it, made it work. So that belt sander is already helping me more than I thought it would. The belt that it comes with was terrible, but the Diablo belts are great. But guys, we're gonna make a new video soon on some of the upgrades. If you're on my Instagram and Facebook, you've seen them. If not, we'll have a video up here soon. I'm gonna be filming more throughout this week as we put the transmission back together. Try to fix some of the other little things, some of the leaks, and just different little things like that. But guys, I really appreciate all your support. Please keep it up. Help me out. And really, that's about it. I appreciate it. Guys, till next time, we'll see you later.